what is going on? Some good news now. Maybe we're going to get more good news throughout the week as well. DaRon Bland has been signed. I love this guy out of Fresno State a couple years ago. Great man, cover corner. Good ball skills, good instincts. And as Brian Schottenheimer mentioned, the intellect, he's got it up here. Very good player, especially when healthy. And he's back healthy. 4-year, $92 million extension. 2 years after setting pick 6 record. So DaRon Bland is locked up. And it looks like maybe before the season starts, we could have our all-pro left guard, Tyler Smith, / left tackle. He's played tackle and guard, but he's a great guard. Could have him locked up. So locking up a piece of our vaunted offense, rebuilt offensive line. And I know the wound's still a little bit fresh from Micah. Why couldn't they done this with Micah? Yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter now. The trade's done. It's over. There's no going back. So my question is, what's next? I'm going to give you something I found. This is from the Star, Inside the Star. Person who wrote this article is Mark Henney. So this is 3 Dallas Cowboys trade targets after the Micah Parsons move. And I think all of these are pretty valid. Some of them are long shot. So Trey Hendrickson, the big fish, lower cost replacement for Parsons. This is what he proposes. Bengals received 2027 first round pick via Green Bay and defensive end Sam Williams. Cowboys received defensive end Trey Hendrickson and a 2026 6th round pick. And he's getting $30 million for this season, but he'll still become a free agent after this season. And presumably would still want a new contract. So maybe he's a rental for 1 year. But he's a better pass rusher, more productive. And the Bengals secure a rusher and a big pick in 2 years. Second one is Jacoby Myers, unhappy Raiders receiver. Raiders received 2026 4th round pick, 2027 6th round pick, wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. Dallas receives wide receiver Jacoby Myers. That'd be interesting. That would make a good receiving core. His third scenario, Greg Newsome II, the corner, former first-round corner from Cleveland. Browns received 2026 5th round pick, 2026 7th round pick. Cowboys receive cornerback Greg Newsome and a 2026 6th round pick. And he's been involved in a lot of trade rumors. So he's a pretty good corner. He's not quite elite, but he's still young. So what do you guys think? Here's some other ones from Sports Illustrated. Doesn't show. I bet he's just reading from inside the store. But maybe this will boost up the guys we have now. Sam Williams, Ezekara, Dante Fowler. Who will Cowboys target after? And this is Yahoo Sports. Now this is George Kittle. That would be kind of interesting. Jonathan Taylor has been thrown out there. George Kittle. Myles Garrett. That would be a interesting one. Alvin Kamara. I'm not so sure. Brian Burns. I don't think the Giants would do that. Trey McBride would be a good. Oh, that's intriguing. Never thought of that one. I don't know if the Cardinals would do that. Kyler Murray would not be happy with that. But yeah, wow. Didn't think about it on the offensive side. I'm thinking more defense. But if we could get Trey McBride, he's pretty damn awesome. I liked him coming out of college too. Now this one from Just Blog, baby, 6 hours ago. I guess they missed this. Raiders have another trade target if Cowboys have Micah Parsons driven fire sale. They're talking about Cowboys trade cornerback DeRon Bland. That's not happening now, I don't think. So now, one thing I want to make clear. I don't think the Cowboys are going after Arch Manning. They might be trying to. But here's the thing. Arch Manning didn't look good yesterday. Now, no debates about this. But the play calling, Steve Sarkisian, Texas isn't as talented as everybody thought. I don't know why everybody thought they were going to go in there and whoop on Ohio State. Massive disrespect. I picked Ohio State. I said it's going to be... They're defending champions. Julian Sands, no slouch. They've got a ton of talent on that defense, even more so than last year. And last year they balled out. They've got good offense, good offensive line that has experience. Pretty good head coach that learned under Urban Meyer. Knows college game and has been pretty good. When he got his quarterback last year, they went all the way. So now they got another pretty good, I think, above average to elite quarterback, Julian Sands. I was like, Texas isn't that talented. They got good defense, decent offense, but Arch Manning is the main thing here, and he can't do it by himself. And Sarkisian played kind of scared, too. I didn't like Sarkisian's play calling. Now, that's not taking any blame off Arch Manning. He didn't play well. But he didn't throw it very often, too. They didn't spread him out. It was kind of bland, it seemed to me, watching that game. Now, I couldn't watch the whole thing because it kept cutting in and out. I had, for some reason, the channel I was watching on kept cutting out. So I got parts and bits. I didn't get to watch the whole thing in its entirety. But I don't think he's coming out next year anyway. I think he's making good money there. I think he wants another year. Play this year. We'll see if this year is a monster success or not. It's only one game. I'm not jumping off the Arch Manning bandwagon yet. But he's young. And most phenoms start their first year. Now, you had Quinn Ewers. Maybe that was a bad decision on Sarkisian's point. But it is what it is now. But I think it's massive disrespect for Ohio State, and I think they fed off that. I really think they fed off that. And Texas doesn't even have great receivers, I don't think, or great tight ends. I mean, nobody jumps off there at me saying, wow, you got double this guy or you got double that guy. So, but the big thing was Dallas tanking from Arch Manning. Look, I don't think he'll come out till 27 or 28. And there's other guys, Garrett Nussmeier. I haven't watched the game. I don't know if it's on yet or not. Lenoir Sellers out of South Carolina. You got him. You got Drew Aller, who's better. You've got Cade Klubnik out of Clemson, who didn't play great last night, but he played good. He's a good young 21-year-old. You got other guys. Luke Kerman-Hoek out of Mississippi State. You've got other guys out there. Not really sold on Bryce Underwood, but you got other guys, so might not even have to go after Arch Manning. I'm sure Jerry would want that, but and as far as Dak goes, let's see. I'm trying to look at this. I don't know if he has a no trade clause or not. So Dak Prescott signed a 4-year contract extension in September of last year, 2024, worth $240 million. 231 of it's guaranteed, making him the NFL's first $60 million per year player. Key components of the deal include an $80 million signing bonus, a 2024 base salary of $1.25 million, and a full no trade clause. So unless he agrees to it, you can't trade him anyway. Though the contract also has a void year, the extension prevents him from becoming a free agent and keeps him with the Dallas Cowboys through the 2028 season. No trade clause. This contract includes a full no trade clause. Void year, the contract includes a void year after 2020 or 2029. So, and I think Mike Fisher reported if they were to trade him, they'd probably end up owing or taking a cap hit of $100-something million. They can't do that. So I don't think he's getting traded. Now, if you want to trade him and he agrees to it, I guess he could agree to it. If it's something he wants. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see anything in here about an injury clause or any of that. Don't think you're trading CeeDee Lamb either. But I don't think you're tanking for Arch Manning. I like Drew Aller out of Penn State better than most. I think there's some good young defensive ends. Will Helt. There's some in LSU you saw last night. There's going to be some defensive ends in this draft. Depending on who comes out. We don't know who's going to come out. So, but the talk of us trading Dak, I just don't. That doesn't make sense. Tanking for Arch Manning. If he keeps playing like he did yesterday, that's not going to make sense. And there's no guarantee he comes out next year anyway. And what are you going to wait 2 or 3 years for Arch Manning? Probably not. Especially if Dak does go down again for a significant time. Because then you're going to find out what Joe Milton really is. And it ain't going to be pretty, so I don't know. But I still think we're going to be decent this season. Better than most people think. I'm starting to get a little more bullish on the Cowboys. So before the Thursday night game, I'm going to pick the NFL games for week 1. And we'll see what my record is at the end of week 1. So I will give you another team that I'm going to support. So it is going to be a team that my wife grew up as a fan of when she was younger. Her mother lived in Boston. It's going to be the New England Patriots. I like Mike Vrabel. I like how they kind of do things there, even though the Belichick era ended bad. I like Drake May. I like some of their young guys. So I'm going to probably root for the Patriots as well. So I will get a hat and all that. But my team is still the Cowboys. So if the Cowboys go against the Patriots, it will be Cowboys first. So don't get it twisted. But my other team, I think, is going to be the Patriots. And I like a lot of the other teams. I like all NFL teams, except the Eagles, Giants, and Redskins, and Packers. But, yeah, we'll get into that in another video. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, notifications. Once we hit 100, do a free giveaway. Love you guys. See you on the next one.